What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat. Here we're back with this build. Now, I am going to try to wrap this up. I just don't like these Tron recognizers. I'm going to make this. I'm going to cap it off at the end here. Why? And I'm not going to make this big because I've already started another one that's like 1,000 times better than this. So, one, I don't really like leaving things left in the open, and two, I guess there's only one. So, I guess right now I'm just ripping all this down. If you remember last time I said I'm not sure about this. Well, I'm sure now because I also left off saying, or ended saying I was going to look at pictures, and that I did. And I also, since the last one, I already built another one, which you've seen the showcase for. So I've had my hand in the practice drawer quite a bit since this. So yeah, it's gonna it's gonna be capped off really shortly. So just bear with me here, and then the next part we will have a more definitive Coruscant area. Uscru. Wait, never mind. Why did they even have to spell? Now I get it. Wow, somebody wasn't paying attention when they made that. Anyway. I guess you just have to make just never mind. All right, so I'm going to show you this, and this is how I made the Outlander Club in the new build, which is already filmed. That Let's Build. I have to edit it, not the whole thing, but a decent part of it. I need 5. So I made some statements in there. Why didn't you tell me? Because I made that before this. All right, so we're getting that. I don't know if this is new or old. Is there anything across from this? I'm just gonna stop it right there. Probably gonna maybe cap it off here. I don't know if I want to make a wall or what I'm going to do, but just make a runway. I don't know. But from there over is going to be empty. Nice if you're doing the actual underworld of Coruscant, because then you can actually put walls up. And a lot of those will be the Star-Lord themed terrain. I know I'm jumping all over that's my artistic style. I know nobody's ever complained about that, but I think I would be more popular if I didn't do it. I don't consider it a problem. Some people do. Some people label themselves. Don't. It's a style. The other thing was I found out that the floor works really good with Calhoun's command. And if you're going really deep underground, then the kiln. And I know if you're playing on console, you actually have to pretty much buy those discs. Some of the discs you can bypass. Well, all the discs you can bypass at random with one of these. Where is it? The toy dispenser. One of those 4 things changes the theme, but it's not set. But you can also buy. It's not given. It's not a absolute. But you can bypass it with, get this, some of the hats for the sidekicks. So that's if you are not. If you're not playing the PC version, then and you actually have to find the discs. All right, let's see about setting that here. All right, so what I was referring to was buildings. Nope. Toy origin, the Avengers set, the sensor switch. So getting that lined up right there, it'll actually be a little bit brighter, and it'll match the. Not perfectly, because the Outlander Club is like neon yellow or something like that. So what we're going to do, hit record. Get this. Get this. Get this. Get this. Get down. Hit clear. Hit record. I think this goes in 1. I hope it. No, maybe it goes in 2. I hope I got it right. Clear. Record. And this one will go back 1. Now there's no sign like that in the Outlander Club, but it gives us extra lights or flashy colors, and they move, so whatever. Clear. All right. Trigger area. Playback. I need more trigger areas, don't I? Try that again. Playback. And let me line up the doors. Actually, I'll change the color later. I think I have them lined up. They just need to be straight down. Hit clear. Hit record. And just bring them down. Oh, that's right. I don't have the floor extending out. I will on the other build. Clear. Playback. All right. Apparently, I never put the beam going across. I like how that can happen, but we'd actually, nah. I was gonna say, is that necessary? It's not necessary. Oh. Why didn't it play back? Alright. It didn't play back the, did I? Alright. Let me reverse playback then. There we go. Now we're not out of the woods yet. Let me extend the floor through there. Like that. Oh, the sign didn't load in. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? You know why? Because these pieces are not on the replayer. Clear. Playback. There we go. No, not the door didn't load in. All right, clear. Clear. Reverse playback. All right, there we go. Now I can just figure out what we're going to do with the top portion. That'll work just like that. Done with this. Done with that. Done with that. And we'll just change this to dark chrome. Oh, I'm stuck inside that. There. I don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. That was just for reference points. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this when I originally started this, but I think we know now. Yeah, I got to get on foot in order to get that. I think these are a nice touch. Were they in the movie? Nope. Are they in this particular build? Yep. Because that's not the Outlander Club. Just because I'm... there's a lot of buildings that look identical. So it can be whatever you or me would like it to be. Alright, so putting another building next to it. What I'm going to do is this. Is put another beam there. You can merge buildings by using the same beam. Like if I was going to put another door there, I could utilize that as the beam of the next one, but I find it's easier to make it more symmetrical when I start a new building right next to it instead of combining, you know, the same pieces. Sometimes there's a need for that, like when, like if these pieces, which they do right here, which no, they don't. See these two pieces, they line up with the whole doorway of that, or facade, if you want to call it a facade. So, also, you can also change these something else. Because that looks like a place of ill repute. And this is not called the seedy place of Coruscant for no reason, you know. So next door, how about, all right, put that there, and then I go over, let's see, I'm thinking here, how many, well, I'll just put the pieces down. How about we embed the face of a restaurant right here? And why not make it metal or a tin can? I went the wrong way. Which would mean, would this be iron rivets too? I think so. All right, so let's skip one, right like that. And just for sake of time, I'm just going to use square blocks. Like that. And here's something neat. We want a second story on here. Put a row of those. Go up. And there. And then another row of these. If that is something that you would like to do. Then you just have to solve for this. What do you put there? Well, that's a very good question. It's a very good question. We may or may not have the answer to it. These can poke out. If you so desire. You don't have to worry about wrapping them around a corner because they're set in right, you know, it's a facade right there. 1, 2, 1, 2. And I will double these up and put that one right there. Put that one right there, because when we put the windows in, you'll be able to see those better, I think. Because these are going to be hologram and you can see through them. It might not make a difference having those there, but when you wrap around the corner, Like if I had them in here, you'd be able to see them better. Right? Yeah, here. You'll see it in the next build where you don't need those pipe climbs to be a divider in the window. Anyway, let's use our robin egg for the door. And now, let's get some stairs. Let's go to decorations and get the fantasy terrain corner 1. Right now, what I'm going to use is the Tron rounded corner just for now. Well, that might work. And I explain this when you actually will see the other build. If you're going to use these, you have to set them back in quite a ways. If you use the Death Star one, you have to stick it out. It's just how they're built. Otherwise, it looks weird. So I'm going to stick that in there about like that. Put another one down, back it out. Using my merge trick here. All right. Set it down like that. And I should have... All right, I'm going to theme this all. I should have left that alone. I shouldn't have themed it all right yet. See, it's kind of a little... It's weird looking because it's so... steep. So if I change this to Death Star... Oh, I have it. All right, I have this set so it looks better for Death Star. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say, if you use the Tron one, it needs to go back way far, but I think this is good. We're good. Now, if you get stuck on there, then you might need to put something underneath it so your character doesn't get stuck. It's the first time I've had that issue with getting stuck on that. But then again, I've been using Gamora, so... on the other build, so... I don't know. If you get running speed, you can do it. I don't know, but if that's an issue... you know, put a piece of road under there. Well, you'd have to put the road down first, now wouldn't you? I guess you could use Simple Toys. Because these actually are raised up. You know why that doesn't work? Because the collision box for this is somewhere out here. Well, you can just do this. You can get that hit like this. Change it to something else for the time being. And then maybe you can fit something in there. Yeah. If that's a problem. I'm just giving you options here. Of course, if it looks gaudy, then probably just change the texture of it to something else. Something that actually makes sense. Yeah, so if that was a problem, that'll fix the problem. Or stick a road under there, whatever, however you do it. That'll fix it if you get stuck on the stairs and if that bothers you. All right, so there is a... Oh, we're not done, are we? We're not done. All right, so... All right, what are we going to do up here? I'm thinking probably... I don't know why I just grabbed that because I'm not going to use that in here. See, even when I'm trying to just cobble something together really quick to finish something, I'm still trying to make it perfect. All right, and this would have to be tin in order to not stand out like a sore thumb. Did I pass it? No. Take it back. I'm just going to build it better right here. I'm going to build it the way that I should have built it to begin with. And who knows? Building this next to it might make that look better. Alright. Do we want the same color? I'm going to make it the same color because I want to see what it looks like the same color. I'm putting this down. I don't know why I'm putting all this on a replayer. I don't need to, but over. Right there. All right. Up one. Right there. Actually, after that, they just go up like that. And I'm going to leave that top one off because that's probably going to look weird. And then put that there. Put that there like that. And then steal that. Short block walls. Up, up, over, down, down. Turn them around. Oops. Get them into place. Alright, I'm going to need some there. Some one here. Alright. Let me hit... hold on. Yeah, we're going to need... Actually, I can remedy that. Maybe just... For here, yeah, I can just double these over since you're not going to be able to see over there. It's not going to matter. There's the door. Just why not just make it chrome and do that? Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Stop. Alright, so keep in mind it's stopped. It's not, it's not cleared. So I'm going to delete that. It's still on the replayer, so don't worry about it. As long as you don't have it recording when you delete these. You will be fine. Yeah, there goes the alarm. Stop. Alright, now hit record. Don't hit clear. Hit record. Keep in mind those ledge pieces that I just deleted are still on the recorder. Replayer, whatever you want to call it. So all I did, the reason I did that was just stick these in, that blah, 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 blah. So I could stick these in here. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, and that'll make for 1, and you can consolidate. All right, stop. Hold on, stop it. Delete that. Delete that one. Delete that one. Delete that one. Go back into record. And that is only up 2, so I'll only use 2 pieces. Like that. And are we good? We're good. We're good. We're good. Stop. I'm going to get a new one of these. Hit record. And get myself some trigger areas and just blast them all over the place. Like so. Hit stop. Do not hit clear on that. Hit clear on this one. Hit playback. And everything should play back in normally. And if not, we'll try reverse playback. Let's try reverse playback. You know, those pieces I deleted, some of them, nope, none of them came back. All right. Clear, playback. If I delete that, it's not on record, and hit playback. Well, oops. Shouldn't have worked that way, but apparently it did. Should not have worked that way. It could be maybe there's too many on here. Or maybe I shouldn't do that trick anymore. No, there we go. I just have to fix over here. Yeah, not sure why those things happened, and that is missing another wall. Yeah, these things are limited, so I might have exceeded the limit on how many pieces can be recorded, or I just... maybe this is a trick that only works sometimes. I don't know. Oops. This is the one I want right there. Stop. Delete. Record. And get the curve blocks. Clear. Playback. Fingers crossed. Normally I do this in tiny increments. There we go. And then go to your long block. Put one in there for the window. Put the other one in there for the window. You can turn it to chrome if you want, but I'm not going to because it's hologram. And then you need to take care of this. And then underneath it. And maybe these should be poking out a little bit more. And if that's the case, then you don't need those. You just take a large wall and slap it on there. Like that. Boom. And then hit clear on the one with the yeah, see, there was too many and it just couldn't handle it, but whatever. And then stairs. Do I have that in the favorites recently used? Probably not. Decorations, up one. I never got it perfectly with this. Just basing it on guesswork here. Does it look weird? Nope, that actually looks perfect. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. So if you're going to use the Tron ones, then you want to stick it in that far. Single individual, I mean. And then you'd go back over here and turn that to Death Star. And then I'm going to just clear that out like that. Not too shabby. It is kind of odd having the same color next to each other, now that I think of it, but I wanted to see. And I'm moving myself around so fast, I'm getting dizzy. Think. What's next? What do you put in next? Just something else like that. It's really not rocket science down in these parts. You know what? I'll do another vendor. I haven't done one of those today. And spruce it up. Do this for the vendors. Put these upside down vertical ramps on there. All right. So and same thing as before. Get your path creator in there. Get that top one or bottom one to go down -3 vertically. Square blocks like that, and then you have options, and of course my favorite option, well, that's an option right there. You can double them up like that too, or not. You could also put the trim on there, and of course get your desired interior. It's right next to the bricks. I'm just not in castle mode, so I'm not seeing the dungeon brick. Boom, boom, boom. Turn the corner. Boom, boom. Now, of course, if you're making this a sandbox world and it wasn't a linear street, you would have to do a lot different things. That makes weird sense. A lot different things. You would have to do a lot different things. I guess in this case, because everything is measured differently, you're going to see later on I don't measure them like this. This is all like one. It shouldn't even be. Shouldn't have to be a thing. Get out of there. That's the problem. I'm trying to line it up with something it doesn't need to line up with. Alright, so you can see right here that that is only, this is a 4 and that's a 5, so that doesn't line up. So what do you do to get a 5? You can use 2 of these. Or not. Yeah, use 2 of those. Put 1 of those in the middle. You have to come around, unless you're going to bring these back. If you're going to bring these back, that's fine. But normally, I would stick those up there. Take that to hide the gap. Just like that. Get that back to Coruscant, because we're done with the... We're done with the executive. Oh, I suppose you could do something like that. Or, you know what? The block wall. That'll hide any inconsistency or gaps or anything like that. And then you would want to determine, are you going over here? Yeah, you at least have to go to the edge because we already established that. Since I'm not going to be constricted and bound to this anymore. Hey, that was my idea when I first started this. But I learned. I evolved. So where do we go from now, and what do we put next to it? Can you put 2 of these shops next to each other? Absolutely. But let's, what if we change the, Actually, I got an idea. This one. Or this one. Probably this one. Stick that, yeah. Probably want to stick that in there like that. So we can move that back. You can have that hanging out or stick it in there like that. Take your pick. Or neither. Maybe you can get away with using that. And that looks peachy keen jelly bean. And you could keep that lined up. You can bring that back. Now, if you're going to bring it back, you're going to want to do something. Preferably not use that. To hide the gap. And, yep, there's a gap over there too. Probably gonna go through it like that. Consolidate parts where you can. And then just take you, move you over here like that. We're gonna have to cover up that decor in the corner there. Do we want to make that tin? Iron rivets. I don't want to use iron rivets because to me, that's intended for other things. Black steel. But side of that, I'm going to actually, I'm going to get a replayer. Am I going to get a replayer? Maybe just a wall. Just going to get a block wall. I know I just trying to make this easy, and I tend to not make it easy. Just make that Coruscant metal tile. Oh, get yourself a trigger area, and you should be able to put those upside down vertical ramps in there like that. All right. 1, 2, 3. And we're just building the same thing over again. And of course, you're missing floor. So you can put the floor down. Just underneath here. Like that. Like that. How are we? Then just make the rest of that line up as best you can. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 up with those will equal 2 of these or 3 of these. No, wait. Oh, 3 of these equals 2 of those. So 1, 2, 3 should grant me access to 2 more of those like that, if that is something that is important, like that, to you. And then fool everybody by putting fake tops on these. However you want to do it. And because of this being low, it's going to be visible to the eye, at least for a bit. So you need to fool the eye by bringing this down. Now you can use a replayer and merge all that in there. Or you can just do that. You're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to say, maybe with using these, make sure you have it lined up. And then you crush that in there. I think we can just nix this. Squeeze this in there. Put that back in with a trigger area. All right. And here's where you start doing the consolidation. Remember, I was just putting blocks next to each other because I was blocking it out. Yeah, like right here. Well, I only have one in there, so not that big of a deal. Normally, what I would do is I would use the replayer, cram that in there, but I'm not going to do that because we're about done. What do you do for lights and all that decor? Well, all right, we're trashing. We're not really trashing it, but we're getting rid of all this. So lights, there's a couple things. If you're going to base it on Uscru, what you would do, well, I will get to that after I delete all this stuff. All right, if you're doing Uscru, you can go to Toy Origins and go to Kiln. Take the braziers. Go through the middle of the streets. And I don't know, count 10 or something like that. I wouldn't put one on the edge. So start there. Maybe 1, 2, 3. In. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just eyeball it too. I'm just eyeballing it, but make sure they're equal and distant. Otherwise, it's going to look funny. That's no longer necessary. Probably should have another building right here. 2, 3. Build our pyramid building. What? You don't know about the pyramid building? Yeah, there's a black pyramid building. Put a Death Star. Hopefully I can... Yes, perfect. You want it to be an odd number so you can get a door in the middle. And out back. And then get the balcony piece. And go along the top. Oops. All right. And block the corners. You know what? Might as well just block the entire thing, because the alternate way is to just use a replayer and get all the 3 by 3 wall panels to overlap. That's the ideal way. Set 5. Will that work? Does that line up? No. And then a door. Just gonna bring two of them down like this. And go to building set 2. These also work good for sliding glass doors. And there's our pyramid building. Now, we're done. And then if you don't want to go out of bounds, of course you take your barrier block and stretch it through here. Because, you know, you're not supposed to go through here. Or over the buildings. You're not supposed to see where I didn't where I didn't build. You know what I mean? But you can flesh out the rest of it. And you should be good on space. That, you should be halfway. Or just under halfway. And if you don't want all the roads, you can get rid of the roads. As now we're using there's actually no roadways in anything that I've seen in the movie. It's all just like metal flooring. It's just the spacing. If you get the appropriate spacing, you should be good to go. And, you know, if you want additional decorations and stuff like that, you know, go for it. Some good decorations to put, especially between the buildings and the alleyways, are under the kiln. And that would be the breakable boxes. Too bad these ones don't reset, though. It seems to be... They seem to be stacked evenly. Under Incredibles, they got some nice trash. You can put some trash there. There is better rubble that doesn't break, because I think that breaks. Doesn't that break? You don't have to have everything break. And if you want the dumpsters to go up against the house or building easily, you just do that. Yeah. Typically, if you're going to have storefronts there, right across the street isn't going to be that. But it is. Apparently, this is the worst part. This is the worst part of Uscru. Right? I don't know. Just making this up. Anyway, that's that. Drop your locks. Drop a like, comment. There probably could have been another building here, but we're going to move on to a different variant of Coruscant. Oh, sky. You don't want this sky. No, you don't want this sky. You can have it, but I don't recommend it. I recommend Tron if you have it. The Tron interface. That is what I recommend. Maybe you want some buildings coming up over here. I do recommend that, yes. But for the most part right now, I'm not going to grab a hold of that. What do you think? I'm stupid. What I'm going to do is cheat right now. this is how I would do it anyway. Star-Lord, go some way across or out, you know, out from that. You could have it butt up against right there, but I'm just gonna go like this. Probably do want them to, if you're gonna look across the edge. And then what you do, go to set 5. And I pretty much stick with the black towers. Now, since you're not intended to go over here, you don't have to get these to be exactly even on the edge. But if you are going to get these even on the edge, you're going to need a replayer. Unless you're going to have them go the same direction. In that case, you might be good. And you might not be. Yeah, you might need a replayer to get a lot of these to go the direction you want. Because you don't want them going the same direction. It looks stupid. But if you don't use the replayer, they're going to overhang. And if you don't want to use all Tron style, just take these. Not Tron, Star-Lord. And you code them. You don't have to go down all the way. And the reason I use the Star-Lord is in case you're running out of space, then you know you might not be able to get all these Death Star panels in here. But I don't recommend going all the way around if you're not going to see it, because you are limited on how much space you can use. And you can also leave maybe gaps. Oops. Oops. Let me try that again. Gaps meaning go down. Maybe that could be a thing. Or maybe not. Something like that. If it suits your fancy. If you don't like the way that looks, then don't do that. I'm not too keen on that. I just was trying it. Actually, panning out, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty neat. Up close, not so much, but like that, absolutely. And then you do it over here, same thing. And sometimes you might be able to just bypass not even using any blocks. Definitely going to want to have a tower on top of some sort, but you're not going to be expected to get up here. So that's why I recommend using the blue barrier and stretching that throughout here. Also over here, stick some of these back here. Just don't make them all even, but Try to make them hidden if you're not going to put roofs and stuff like that. But you do want the illusion that this is going down. And up. There we go. That is version 1, I guess, of Uscru. And there's no catwalks. There's no catwalks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. And until next time, remember... practice makes perfect. But in all honesty, keep on building.